The biggest mistake people make is they just go read the job description and start preparing for their skills. When it comes to interviews, people just talk on and on about how you need to learn these 100 questions and 100 concepts and you need to do these sorts of questions and prepare for this, but everybody forgets about mentally preparing themselves. So, placement season is around the corner, and a lot of you freshers have messaged me and told me that you want some help regarding placements. So, here I am. Today, I'm starting the creation of this placement series in which we are going to discuss about ways you can make the perfect CV, apply in the best way possible, do all of the right things before an interview, and crack that interview with the best possible confidence. So, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Now, you'll ask, who am I to give this advice? My name is Meera and I make a lot of videos regarding growing in your career, especially in tech careers. I have mentored a lot of people over the past few years, given a lot of interviews myself, and also taken interviews of freshers in different universities. Hence, I know the different mistakes people make, and I also know about the challenges that students and freshers actually face in interviews. This placement series is going to be very important, so make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also check out the other videos on my channel. So today's video is the first one, and in this video we are going to discuss about what are the most important steps that you should take before attending an interview. There are different levels of answers. There is so much you can do physically, mentally, and technically before an interview, and we are going to discuss all of this in today's video. If you watch this video right till the end, you will know exactly what are the steps you need to take before attending your first interview. The first thing we are going to talk about, technical preparation. Before you go for an interview, it's obvious that you need to know all of the technical requirements. If the job description says XYZ things, make sure you are technically prepared for those XYZ things and you have those skills. Make sure you have an updated CV. Make sure that you've put in all the skills required for that job role in your CV and you revise all of the concepts, brush up all the projects you have done, go through your own CV. Because I've seen a lot of times when students come for interviews and when I look at their CV and I ask them a question, they don't know what is on their own CV. So make sure that you go through your CV, see what are the things mentioned in it. If you have mentioned that you have done a few projects or you have solved a few labs, make sure that you know what those were, right? So revise all the technical things in your head, all the basic fundamental concepts, the things you have done, all of the important technical aspects of things. The second thing you need to do is actually prepare mentally for it, right? Before an interview, all of us get scared, right? It's obvious. We are going to walk into a room or we are going to join an online meet if it's an online interview. And obviously we are going to be scared because someone in the front is going to ask us questions, going to assess us, judge us, and then decide to either give us a job or not give a job. So it's obvious that you're going to be scared. Now I'm going to tell you how you need to actually deal with this nervousness. If you know that your interview is scheduled for next week, what you need to actually do is every day before you go to bed, just close your eyes and imagine this scenario that it is your interview day and you're walking into the room and there are a bunch of people, the HRs, recruiters, who are going to ask you questions and you are going to be scared. So the first thing is you admit the fact that you are going to be scared. It is going to happen. It's just human nature, right? Every day you keep imagining this. Think of all the things that could go right. Think of all the things that could go wrong, right? By doing this every day, you're actually mentally preparing yourself for the day of the interview so that when the interview comes and you actually walk into the room and you see the recruiters and HR sitting, you are not so scared because you have kind of already imagined this in your head. And this is actually a study where if you're scared of something and you keep thinking about it over and over in your head and you're just imagining that scenario in your head, eventually when it actually happens, you're not that scared as you would have been if you never imagined it at all, right? So this is how you have to prepare yourself mentally. This is something that people talk about very less. When it comes to interviews, people just talk on and on about how you need to learn these 100 questions and 100 concepts and you need to do these sorts of questions and prepare for this, but everybody forgets about mentally preparing themselves, right? So this is something you should definitely take seriously. So the first thing we did was the technical preparation, which is related to your job role and the skills. The second thing we did is actually being mentally prepared and dealing with the nervousness and the fear before an interview. The third thing that you need to prepare before an interview is actually making sure that all the logistics are handled, right? When I talk about logistic preparation, I mean two different things, right? If you have an online interview, you need to do a different set of things. If you have a physical in-person interview, it's going to be different things. So we'll discuss both of it, the online and the in-person interview. First, let's talk about the online interview. Before your online interview, make sure that you're checking all of the logistical things, right? Make sure you've received the meeting invitation on time. Test your laptop, right? Is it working fine? Does it have all the updates? We don't want such scenarios where you're joining the meeting and your laptop has forced shut down because it's updating itself, right? We don't want to do that. Make sure your laptop is updated so there's no security updates happening in between the interview. The next thing you need to make sure is that you have the socket near you. I have seen this scenario where there's someone in the front, they're giving the interview, and then they say, "Can you just give me 2 minutes? My laptop is going to shut down. It's not charged." And then they switch off their camera, they go to get their charger. I mean, it's okay, but just imagine the impression you're giving the recruiter. You know that it's a serious thing, there's a scheduled time, it's all a professional setting, and in that, how can you be so careless where you are like, "Oh, my laptop is on 2%, it's going to shut down, let me just go and get my charger," right? Make sure you have these things prepared beforehand. The next thing you need to do is make sure you are well dressed, right? Even though it's an online interview and it's from your house, don't take it for granted, right? I've seen a lot of times when people just change the top or the shirt they're wearing, and down they're just wearing what they would at home, because nobody's going to see that. They're just going to see the upper body. So don't do that, because that is just going to reduce your confidence without you even knowing about it. When you're well dressed and you're dressed in a way that you're really going to an interview, you will have a different confidence in yourself, right? So this is very important, that don't take it lightly. Get well dressed, groom yourself, make sure your hair is good, your face is good. It shouldn't look like you have just gotten up from sleep, right? Make sure that you look well dressed and prepared for it, because it gives a very good first impression. So these are the things you need to do. And you need to check your internet connectivity. Make sure that you have good internet connection. It's not going to get cut off. Make sure you're sitting in a good professional setting. Don't have some weird things going on in your background or people walking around in your background. If you have such a scenario, just make sure for the day you sit in an isolated place, go somewhere else, take the efforts, but just make sure that you and your background, internet connection, all of this is perfect. This is pre-requirement. Make sure the logistics are sorted. Speaking about the people who are going to go for the in-person interview, it's pretty similar. You have to be well dressed. Make sure you get there on time. That will be the most important thing, right? So get there on time, reach beforehand. Reaching beforehand is not just important to show the company that you've come before time, but it's important for you also. Just imagine how scared and panicked you're going to be before your interview. And imagine the pressure where you are sitting in the vehicle and you are actually getting late to reach there. What could be worse than that? So we don't want to do that. You want to reach there on time. Go to the right location. If possible, beforehand, take an idea of where that is located, right? If it's too far away from you, keep sufficient buffer time. Always think of the worst that could happen. Always have a plan B. What if your vehicle breaks down? What if there's heavy rain? Anything can happen, right? So make sure all these things are prepared so you don't regret any bad things that happen later. So we have discussed about the technical preparation, mental preparation, logistic preparation. Now let's talk about the research preparation, right? So this is interesting and this is very important as well. When I say research preparation, I mean researching about the company. The biggest mistake people make is they just go read the job description and then they go and start preparing for their skills, right? They start preparing what is in the CV, like these are the top 10 questions the interviewer can ask me. I don't know this concept, I've forgotten this concept, I need to revise on that. They get so lost on it that they don't do proper research of the company. When I say proper research of the company, I mean researching where the company is located, where is it headquartered, which are the locations it's based in. Is it a service-based company? Is it a product-based company? If it's a service-based company, what kind of clients do they have? If it's a product-based company, what kind of products they sell? What are the different things they're expecting from that job role? What is going to be your work? Sometimes people get so lost in just themselves and their skills and their education and what they have done that they don't even think of these other set of things, right? If you have one or two lesser technical skills, but you have done all of the other types of preparation that I've mentioned, you will still make a good impression. So make sure that you balance all of these different 4 types of preparations we have discussed in this video, and I'm sure you will do good. I hope this answers your question. A lot of people ask me, what are the things that we should do before an interview? I have an interview scheduled. It's coming. I don't know what to do. What are the things I should prepare for? So this is for those people who have an interview coming. Make sure that you do all of these preparations in your head. Create a checklist that I have to do these 4 preparations. What am I done with? What is left for me? And use it as a checklist and prepare well for your interviews. I hope this helps everyone whose interview is upcoming, and I wish you all the best and I hope you do amazing in your interview. If you found this video helpful, comment down and let me know. And if you want me to make more videos in this placement series, let me know as well. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and see you next time.